A very good evening and thanks for clicking on to the Friday edition of Vogan's European Outlook. Going to have a look at the current setup at the moment across the European continent. We've got still a fairly high pressure dominated weather pattern. You notice any kind of fronts that are trying to move in from the west, from the Atlantic, kind of really peters out over the British Isles. And the reason why is because it's coming up against a pretty high pressure dominated atmosphere at this moment in time. So as we skip through the loop here, you can see that there is like a kind of old frontal system that is sitting over the British Isles at the moment. We've got energy trying to move in from the Atlantic. High pressure is remaining fairly dominant to the east of the UK. So as that frontal system pushes in, we are going to see the system almost dissipate over the UK because heights are just simply too high at the moment. Then as we skip through the course of the weekend here, we do get a little bit of rain that kind of bubbles up. What happens is the jet stream kind of starts to pile in a little bit more energy. The existing front that is over the UK that was meant to have a lot more energy, a lot more moisture associated with it, really did kind of almost fade away to nothing. Very little in the way of rainfall, and there wasn't really much in the way of wind or anything. But what may happen is that frontal system that is parked over the UK, and the reason why is it's got nowhere to go. It can't go east because of the high. We've got almost like a kind of reinforcing push of Atlantic weather coming in behind it, and it may reinvigorate that existing front that, in a sense, kind of had almost died off over the UK. May reinvigorate some kind of sporadic showers, maybe longer spells of rain through the course of this weekend. But once we push into next week, folks, it looks as if the GFS at least has a weather system passing to the north of the UK. Nothing really over the UK. If you notice, we've got some weather across parts of France, into the north of Spain, but really over the UK, the Azores high starts to kind of move into that void, so to speak. So we've got disturbed weather to the south of the UK, we've got disturbed weather to the north of the UK, over the British Isles. We're in that kind of no man's land here, and that has been the case for a good long while now. But that area of high pressure to the southwest kind of moves in to fill the gap, so to speak. And you can see that as we go through the course of next week. There is just, it's just incredible how persistent this setup has been in terms of lack of weather, really. Wind, rain, autumn gales. I know it's still early days, folks, but, going through several weeks, maybe even the last month and a half or so, we've had very little in the way of what you call weather, really. So, like I said in the last video, I'm actually looking forward to seeing something a little bit more active, and it actually gives you, something to actually speak about. So you can see here of the GFS ensemble here. This is the precipitation anomaly for the upcoming 7 days, and you can see very clearly drier than normal. And as we skip through the sequence here, it looks as if we see very little in the way of rain. Now there may be something towards the end of next week, but as you can see, that it turns that those yellows start to fill back in across the British Isles once again. So we just have to hang in there for something a little bit more interesting to speak about in terms of weather overall. And just to close the video, of course, I've been talking a little bit more about the winter in recent times. This is the CFSv2 for the month of December. So this is the 500 millibar height anomalies. Long way off, but let's, we can at least look at this and go, it would be great if we could actually see this taking place. So we've got big, strong area of high pressure centered over the northeast of Canada, over the Baffin Straits, Greenland. We've got that undercutting trough extending from almost the eastern half of the United States into the UK. What does that suggest? It suggests a blocky pattern over the North Atlantic, over Greenland, but also we've got some energy undercutting jet stream energy coming underneath that ridge. Could see not only a cold pattern but also a potential active pattern in terms of storminess and even snowfall here. And just before I go here, let's have a quick look at the 3-month period here. This is very interesting, I actually think. If you just bear with me for a wee second here. Very interesting indeed. Let's go to... There we go. So this is the 3-month period. And let's go to December through February. And you can see here, so this is the December through February. And folks, that is indicating North Atlantic blocking up into Greenland, up over the Arctic region. Now, there is a section here over the UK extending from Iceland down into the British Isles. It's white, so it's, kind of neutral heights. But if you've got above normal heights over the North Atlantic, that suggests that we don't have a particularly zonal flow. It also extends up into Greenland, so you'd argue a potential trough over the western portion of Europe here. So that, to me, this is the whole winter period, December through February, of potentially the modelling already seeing blocking over the prime areas that would deliver a trough and a cold pattern to the British Isles and Western Europe here. So, lots of interesting things to come. I will continue to look at the winter period as we go forward. If you did enjoy the video, please hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel for the very latest videos. And, it's going to get exciting, I think, as we go forward. So hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. Hope you enjoy the weekend ahead. And I'll be back, as always, in the next couple of days with more. Bye for now.